Most portfolios are built to grow wealth. This one is built to grow impact. Today, I'm launching a brand new investment portfolio where every dollar of profit gets reinvested and donated to charity. No sponsors, no gimmicks, just purpose, and a plan to turn long-term investing into long-term giving. Welcome back to Matty Ice Investing, where we break down investing in a way that's simple, honest, and actually useful. In this video, we're going to cover a few key things. First, we're going to start with why I started the purpose-driven portfolio, then what's inside the portfolio, and last, how I intend to use it to create real, meaningful impact. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how the portfolio works and maybe get inspired to build one of your own. Most people want to give back, but life gets busy, money gets tight, and good intentions get pushed aside. I keep telling myself I'd start a charity-driven portfolio once the channel was monetized, but that meant waiting months, maybe even years. And the truth is, waiting for the perfect moment usually means never starting at all. I started this channel because friends and family kept asking for my thoughts on investing, and a few of them even joked that I should start a YouTube channel. I haven't told any of them about this channel yet. I wanted some time to learn the creative side, get comfortable with making videos, and build something real before I started sharing it. Obviously, I'm not a professional YouTuber, and I'm definitely not a financial advisor. I'm just someone who genuinely enjoys studying the stock market, business strategy, and long-term wealth building, and I'm sharing what I learn along the way. This YouTube channel is a hobby and a passion project, and I'm fortunate that I don't need YouTube to help me pay my bills. My family is comfortable, and we don't worry about the essentials. That's a blessing, and I try not to take it for granted. The original plan was simple. Once the channel became monetized, I'd use the ad revenue to build a new portfolio, reinvest the profits, and donate some of the dividends to charity. I told one of my kids about the idea. She loved it, but then she realized that monetization could take a while. Her disappointment made me stop and think, why wait? Why not start now with my own money and let the impact begin immediately? So that's what I'm doing. I've always believed investing isn't just about growing wealth, it's about supporting people and communities that need help. This portfolio is my way of putting that belief into action. So let's walk through the purpose-driven portfolio, what's in it, why I chose this positions, and how I expect to generate donations over time. The portfolio is going to start with 13 different holdings. And in each of these holdings, I've carefully selected to add to 4 different areas within the portfolio. The first one is looking at monthly high yield. So I'm going to have 2 different holdings that are going to contribute to that. They'll be paying out monthly, so we'll generate some constant revenue coming into the portfolio, which will make it easier to donate throughout the year. Next, we're going to add some tech focused stocks. These ones are more of a dividend growth play, so they'll have a smaller dividend initially, but with nice dividend growth, hoping these can turn into real contributors as time goes on. The next layer on top of that is going to be 6 Canadian dividends. As many of you know, I'm based here in Canada, and I really like a lot of the dividend companies that we have here, and so I want to use some of them to help generate some dividends into the cash flow and use that for our donations as well. And then last but not least, I'm going to put in a couple of growth stocks that I really like as well, partially because they either pay a very small dividend or they might pay a dividend in the future, but also just to help the portfolio grow as well. All right, so you're probably wondering what's in there, and maybe you've even been able to guess. If you have an idea of what's already in these portfolio segments, feel free to throw a comment below. So first off, looking at our growth stocks, we're going to start with 2 of my favorites, Amazon and Nvidia, both very strong performers that pay little or no dividend at all. But I think they'll add some stuff over time that'll help us either through the growth channels, or maybe they'll even add or grow their dividend, which will help contribute as well. Next up is our 6 Canadian dividend companies. And these are ones that I've bought many times in the past and continue to hold in a number of my different portfolios. They all pay out relatively evenly across the 3 months of each quarter. So that'll give us a nice even flow of cash coming in to be able to buy some dips if we need to help strengthen the portfolio, or also to make those regular payments to charities that we want to look at doing. Next are our tech plays. These all have very small dividends by comparison to the line above them, but they do increase their dividend quite a bit. So it's not unlikely to see 10% or higher increases in their dividend growth. And I think that's one thing that we want to look for the longevity of this account. It's not just about the yield that you're starting with today, but it's also where it can grow to as well. And last but not least, I want to look at our monthly high yield. So both of these are split stocks. They operate very differently than the other ones in the portfolio, but they do generate a high yield on a monthly basis that, again, is going to help us in the long run to be able to provide some money back to the charities that we want to donate to. So that's the overall makeup. We'll dive into a bit more on why I chose some of these ones here. So starting here at the beginning is our growth. We're going to have two holdings, like I said, focusing on Amazon and Nvidia evenly. And we're going to take about $400 and split that across both the companies that we have there. This is really going to be for the longer term opportunities that we see here. So right now, as many of you will know, Amazon does not pay a dividend. So we're strictly in that one for the growth, and Nvidia might as well not pay a dividend because it is so little, it's not really worth noting. But I do think there is opportunity for the long run, and that's part of what the plan is with this portfolio, is for it to be around for the long run. That both of these companies could either grow or start a dividend that could become a powerful contributor to this portfolio. All right, moving to the next section is the Canadian dividend paying side. So this is really where I want to focus on my 6 main holdings, and this will take up a good chunk of the overall portfolio, specifically in the beginning. So I'm going to look to contribute $3,000 spread evenly across these 6 companies. I think they're all very strong. They've provided dividends for a number of years. And I really think there's some good opportunity within them, not only to continue their dividends, but also to grow them over time. So some of them you'll recognize. We've got Manulife Financial is going to be in there. This has been a long-term holding for myself. It's done quite well on the growth side, but particularly well on the dividend side. We've got 2 banks in there with Royal Bank and TD Bank. I think these are the 2 best Canadian banks out there. Both pay a very strong dividend and look to have some very strong growth opportunities for them in the future. So happy to have them in the account. Next, a bit of the energy side, looking into Enbridge, which is a very strong Canadian pipeline company that's been paying a dividend for many years and continues to grow it as time goes on. And with the energy challenges that are out there in the world right now, I see this as a very strong play, particularly in the short term, but also for the long term. Power Corp, as you know, is another key holding within my personal accounts. Very strong and diversified company that kind of straddles between the finance and the energy side there. So I think they'll be a great addition. And finally, Sun Life Financial, I think another one that very similar to Manulife. It has a very strong growth trajectory. It's been paying a very good dividend for a while, and I don't really see any of that really slowing down anytime soon. So I think this kind of rounds us out nicely. And what I really tried to do with this was also look at dividends that would pay in each of the 3 months within the quarter. You're going to see that that's been a big part of it, is making sure we've got money coming in each quarter, and that allows us to make the donations equally over the year. That way, if we want to donate to one company or another, we can do that. We don't have to wait till specific times. We should have money flowing in once this starts going each month. All right, next up is looking at our tech with dividends plays. And this is where I wanted to focus a bit more on sort of the longer term dividend growth opportunities. It's one thing to have really good starting yields, and I think we've got that covered in the previous group and the next one coming up. You'll see there in the holdings, we've got Microsoft, Meta, and Google, all very strong tech plays that should have a nice balance between growth. They have a decent starting yield for their dividend, but what they have that the other ones don't is a really strong growth in their dividends. So it's not uncommon to see, a 2-digit increase. You could get 10% or more increases on some of these as they grow their dividend. So a bit of a smaller position for us to start with there, with only putting $600 towards these, spreading about $200 across each of them, but an opportunity for it to grow quite a bit as the time goes on. And last but not least is looking at our monthly high yield plays as well. So in the past, I've talked about how I'm a big fan of the split corps that are out there. I do really like DFN and FTN, so we'll be adding a little bit of both of those to it. So this will really help us in the short term and the long term. We'll start to see distributions coming in each month, starting there in April. From both of these companies, and this will help us generate some income immediately that we can use for donations, and anything that's left over we can look to reinvest either here or into some of the other holdings. But this helps build a nice little base layer. So for me, I like having these in a lot of my accounts. Personally, they help bring in that initial funding. It gives you an opportunity to buy dips when they happen. It gives you a chance to use it for paying bills or whatever you're doing. And in this case, it gives us a good opportunity to be able to make some nice donations to charity. So if you're curious to see how it breaks down sort of percentage wise, this is a little bit of a pie chart. I always like kind of using this. It helps put things in perspective as to how big each slice kind of is there. You can see we've really focused on the Canadian companies initially, but I do see some of the other ones starting to grow with us over time. And we'll see where this grows over time, but this is how I wanted to really start this portfolio. It's extremely well balanced and diversified, I think, between those 13 different holdings, with no one holding over 10%, at least initially. Depending on how stuff grows and changes, that could certainly change, but certainly this is where we're beginning from. And if you'd like to see it in a different way, here's how it breaks down based on those 4 different categories. So again, you see the Canadian dividends, big time portion of this, coming in at about 60% of the portfolio. But I do think that will change over time, but it's interesting to see it in a bit of a pie form to see how it breaks down. So based on my selections, I should be able to earn about $273 per year. This isn't life-changing money, but it is enough to start making a difference and moving in the right way, in my opinion. I'm going to start with $50 donations at a time so I can help multiple charities and still have some money to reinvest and grow the portfolio as well, and see how we can sort of compound it. So this will put us in a position to start making 5 donations a year, which I think is going to be great to help out some other folks who are really in need out there. At the end of the day, we're all capable of helping others. Sometimes we just need a structure that makes it easy or consistent for ourselves. For me, the purpose-driven portfolio is that structure. It's a way to turn long-term investing into long-term impact. And if it inspires one other person watching to start their own version, big or small, then the impact starts to multiply. And I'm really excited to see where we can take this and how much money we can start to help folks out with. Now, I want to be clear. I don't want donations. I don't want to GoFundMe. I don't want Patreons. I don't want your support to come in financial ways. If you want to start your own portfolio, by all means, please do so. The only thing I'm asking for is support through liking, subscribing, and following this journey. That's all that I need from you. If you can just do that, that's more than enough. I've always believed in investing is not just in markets, but it's also in people, charities that need support. And this portfolio is one of my ways of living out that belief. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. The content of this channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice in any way. Your financial situation is as unique as you, so please always consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, and this is not advice. My goal is simply to share knowledge and opinions that may help you think about how to put your money to work responsibly.